Let's just say that Isaiah is onto something here, but he doesn't want to feed into the very controversy he is describing. Caitlin Clark has quickly gained grassroots support from Indianapolis fans, but she still can't compare with some of the basketball heroes from the past when it comes to local love. On the very top of the list of most beloved Indiana ballers of all time is the elite three-point marksman and cutthroat competitor, Reggie Miller, who spent all of his 18 seasons wearing a #31 Pacers jersey. While you might expect Miller to show some respect to Clark as the new savior of his town, he went the opposite way and basically said that every rookie must learn how to deal with adversity and competition.
What did you expect was going to happen to her? Number one, I don't think it's jealousy. Oh my God, she's getting all the endorsements. We're going to go after her. You're playing at the highest level. You're playing in the WNBA. You're coming from college and you're going to the pro ranks, right? What did she expect was going to happen? Why are people so shocked, right? You're playing against grown women. The same thing happened to us.
Reggie Miller played in the old-school NBA, where physicality was the norm, and his perspective on hard fouls might not fully apply to today's game. But let's be clear, Caitlin Clark is facing challenges beyond just competitiveness. She's enduring unnecessary hostility. It was never realistic to expect WNBA players to simply welcome Caitlin without a fight, but the level of resistance she has encountered goes beyond earning her place. It feels like an attempt to push her down. Caitlin's journey is about more than just earning respect. It's about demanding fair treatment, even if it means standing tall against the odds. Magic Johnson is actively involved in women's basketball as a part owner of the Los Angeles Sparks. Because of that, we know that the superstar point guard and driver of 5 NBA championship teams is paying attention to what's going on in the WNBA. Johnson offered a very insightful analysis of Caitlin's role in the league, while also mentioning other high-profile rookies.
Now, Caitlin, her teammates got to come to her defense.
Sure.
You can't allow her to have to fight every battle, right? But we have to understand that both Caitlin, Angel, and Brink, who plays for my Sparks, they made the WNBA better. And they're going to be tested by these incredible women who've been in the league for a long time. Caitlin is the most popular WNBA player, but she's not the best at this time. Just like Larry and I were not the best when we entered the league, we became the best.
Interestingly, Magic drew a parallel between the current crop of young WNBA talent and his own rivalry with Larry Bird that revitalized the NBA in the late 70s and early 80s. He is preaching patience and pointing out that the young stars will need support from their teammates in order to conquer all the challenges and earn top spots in their sport. In his typical style, Magic gave his praise to everyone without truly getting caught up in the ugly part of the debate. Still, his assessment of Clark is very high and can be taken as a sign that even old NBA players who have a vested interest in a competing team must respect her greatness. Anyone who remembers Magic from his playing days knows he was always classy and elegant in his public statements. That can't be said for one of his contemporaries. Charles Barkley was a physical player whose interactions with the media often sounded similar to his battles for position deep in the paint. Now working in the media and enjoying even greater popularity than as a player, the 11-time All-Star and 2-time Olympic gold medalist has commented on Caitlin Clark and her WNBA experience several times. He has been mostly supportive, like in this clip where he discusses how her form changed during the season.
And the thing I love about her, she never says a word. And now when I watch her, two things I like. She's playing much faster. She was playing too slow the first half of the season.
From the college season.
They didn't even give her the understanding, like, you girls been worded for the WNBA season. Y'all been working out on the no stress. She came straight out of college.
Fatigue might have played as much of a role in slowing Caitlin Clark early as anything that defenses did, and Chuck is correctly noticing that she had more pep in her step lately. That led to increased opportunities in transition and higher scoring output for both Clark and her teammates. However, Barkley also addressed how fellow WNBA players treat Clark, and he didn't spare his targets from pointed and biting criticism.
You women out there, y'all petty, man. Hey, LeBron, you're 100% right on these girls hating on Caitlin Clark. Y'all petty, girls. I expect men to be petty because we're the most insecure group in the world. Y'all should be thanking that girl for getting y'all ass private charters, all the money and visibility she bringing to the WNBA. Don't be petty like dudes.
Humorous tone aside, Barkley has nailed the central issue in the Caitlin Clark saga. Competition is one thing, but petty maliciousness is something else. And there have been instances where opponents sent Clark to the floor with no legitimate basketball reasons. The argument that other players should be appreciative of Clark rather than combative stands to reason. But Barkley has another group in mind as culprits for the whole situation: the opinion makers in the media.
They cannot have this Caitlin Clark thing up any worse if they tried. People believe what we say on television. Just because people don't like you or your personality, they can't get on TV and slander you. It's just total bullshit. This girl is incredible. The number of attention, eyeballs she's brought to college and the pros, and for these women to have this petty jealousness, you say to yourself, damn, what is going on here?
You can't blame Barkley for being irritated by what he sees as injustice. WNBA sees Caitlin Clark as a cash cow, but it doesn't do enough to protect her on the floor and promote her as the future flag bearer of the league. Part of that comes from corporate caution, as the decision makers prefer to let the season play out before they formulate a strategy around Caitlin Clark's rapid ascent to superstardom. The other part may indeed be related to personal dislike of Clark among some key media members, and that's just not acceptable in a professional environment. Michael Jordan has finally broken his silence on Caitlin Clark, and he didn't mince words. The WNBA owes Caitlin a lot for what she's done for the game, MJ said. Jordan also called for changes in officiating, emphasizing that the refs have been unfair to Caitlin and it's time for the league to make things right. His words send a powerful message. The WNBA must appreciate Caitlin's impact and ensure she gets the respect she deserves, both from the players and from the officials on the court. Steph Curry himself had to chime in on Caitlin Clark. After all, Luka isn't the only one who has been comparing Caitlin to Curry. She's been donning the female Steph Curry label since college, and it's not hard to see why. Her long-range three-point shooting is a dead giveaway already. There's been comparisons of Steph Curry's shooting form with the similar form of Caitlin Clark. They both have that blindingly quick release time that stuns defenders. But their games have way more to it than just that weapon. Steph himself has observed that special aspect from Caitlin Clark. To be like Steph, you don't just have to have the skill to shoot like Steph. You need to perform, turn the game into a show for the crowd. You also have to have more to your game than that. Find ways to make your team better and affect the game even when the ball isn't in your hands. That's what separates Steph's greatness from all the other guards that have been practicing their three-point shot. It's no wonder why people have asked Steph a lot about Caitlin Clark, and it's cool that Steph has been outspoken with his praise.
I saw somebody break down the release time, which is pretty much identical to mine.